Hey everyone, I am Brittany from the Cosmic Lunar Soul. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I have a flip through for you of the Crystal Forest Oracle deck. Let's get started. So the Crystal Forest is an intuitive oracle deck created by Jess Purser. This actually was a Kickstarter. She has some other decks. I will post all of her information in the description. So check the description box if you want to check her out. This actually got to me this past weekend. I'm so excited. All of the artwork was beautiful, and they are based off of her watercolors. It came with the deck, this beautiful little postcard here, and the guidebook. So let's get started with the guidebook first. So here is the guidebook. It's not a very thick book. It's also not hardbound or anything like that. And something to note is the book is bigger than the deck, or the deck box. It does not fit in the box with the deck. I personally like when my books fit in with the deck, so that way I can keep everything together. But it's not the end of the world. So let's get into it. Here is the introduction, and it starts right in with the descriptions of the cards, and you can see that they are fully illustrated. They match the cards very well. So let me pause here and show you how it is laid out. Obviously we can see the description, we can see the illustration of the card, the title of the card, which is the Black Tourmaline Forest, and a description here. And that is more or less the entire guidebook. It's very simple, which I appreciate. And I think what I also like about it is she doesn't impose too much on the user, so you can create this, use these cards however you see fit. All right, so let's get into the deck. So it comes in this box. It's not a very thick deck at all, and you can see here on the back, I will admit the text is hard to read behind the print, the pattern, but otherwise it's, you know, not a big deal. It's very pretty. It is a very good cardstock or cardboard stock, but the lid is very slippery, right? So if you like to travel a lot with your decks, I might recommend bungeeing it or putting this in a tarot bag. So opening it up, it's just a plain box. The name is on all four sides of the lid, and you can see the cards are just, they fit beautifully into the box. You can see here the back of the box, also pretty simple. Let's get into the cards. Okay. So the cards are quite large. You can see here, and let me show you in reference to my hand that it is quite a large card. I also have pretty small hands, but that means shuffling them and handling them are going to be a little tougher. So if you don't like that, this might not be a good deck for you. If you don't mind, or you're used to having to change up your shuffling style due to the varying sizes of all of the decks that exist in the world, then this might still be good for you. Let's look at the back of the cards. They're this lovely gold and black tree print. It doesn't look like it, but they are like, they remind me of evergreens, like, you know, Christmas trees. They're really pretty. The card stock is a light matte. I would say actually it's more semi-gloss, right? It's not quite matte. It's somewhere in not semi-gloss. Yeah, semi-gloss. So it's in between matte and semi-gloss, but it's not slippery, but it fans really well, as you can see. It's really great. The cardstock is actually really good for a card of this size. My Threads of Fate cards are probably about this size, but they are very thick. They're very hard, which makes it hard to shuffle and, you know, other things. If you're curious about that deck, make sure you check out that video. So yeah, it has a really good bend, and it seems like it'll hold up really well. Otherwise, they are pretty simple. Nothing along the edges. You can just see the print creating a little pattern here. It wasn't anything intentional. It's not like pattern gilding or anything like that. All right, let's get into the flip through. Okay, so you saw the flip through. Let's talk about the design of the cards. I think the design is really beautiful. Let me just pick out a few that I thought were lovely. So this is one. This is Dragon's Blood Jasper, and I just think the colors and the patterns on this are really beautiful. But let me talk about something that is actually a pet peeve of mine with these cards, and it's that you can't read the titles. I'm sure you can tell on this one, because it's a little bit of a darker, solid pattern, that this says something. But that being said, it's still hard to tell. Let's see here. Like this, you can definitely read that much better. But this, though it's a darker card, the pattern makes it difficult to actually read it. So the reason this is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine is because when I kickstarted this, we kind of, as a community, got to vote on the design of a lot of things, including the backs of the cards, the color of the text, the way the text would show up. And we had the option to have a little band, a little like opaque black band at the bottom of the card, which would have really made this gold pop. And if you weren't going to do that, I think black or a contrasting color to the card would have been much better. So it's a little bit of a pet peeve. It's not the end of the world, but just, you know, when you see the meat and potatoes of a card being made and you see things that seem a little frustrating when it comes to choices being made, it creates pet peeves. But I did want to also say that she has some other cards that are beautiful. Her artwork is very beautiful, so make sure you follow her. And if you enjoyed this flip through, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright guys, bye!